Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we're going to be doing something very interesting, the Cloud Resume Challenge. I'll walk you through the step-by-step guide on how to accomplish this challenge. By the end of this video, you have your own cloud-hosted resume with AWS S3, CloudFront, and view tracking with DynamoDB and Lambda. Sound fun, right? This project is not just any fun project. It is the starting point of so many people's cloud career journey. It is your chance to get hands-on AWS services, boost your cloud development skills, and even get you an interview for your dream role. I'm excited as you are, so let's dive in. For this project, we'll be using cloudresumechallenge.dev. This is the article. I gave you step-by-step plan for the challenge, and you can do this challenge in the three most popular cloud providers, the AWS. You can do it with Azure or GCP, okay? But I choose to go with AWS because I love AWS. So now let's do this step by step, okay? Step 1 is getting certified. If you're a beginner in the cloud, it's advised to take the cloud practitioner. If you have experience in tech, you don't have to do the cloud practitioner first. You can start with the solutions architect. That's what I did. I didn't do the cloud practitioner, but I went ahead to do the SAA. If you need a study guide on how to do this, the SAA, you can check out the video I did on that, okay? Most people, before doing this challenge, they get their certification. So let's assume that we've checked that box. If you haven't, go book your exam, okay? Step is HTML and CSS, okay? The next step is to create your website. So if you're not that good with HTML and CSS, no worries, you can use Big Brother, ChatGPT, to do it. So here's how I did mine. I went to ChatGPT, then I uploaded my resume. This is my resume. Help me write it with HTML and CSS, different files, because you can have it on the same files. They start on the same file, but I just want to have HTML file and CSS file. Okay, so it generated this resume for me. So what I did is I went to VS Code, then I pasted the generated resume, and I edited it, added some things, removed some things I don't want to be there, just make it look good, change the color, make it yours, okay? But for this project, we just need a simple website. It's not really about how beautiful your website is. So just something very simple, but it has to be in HTML and CSS, okay? Step 2 and 3 done. Now the next step is upload our resume on Amazon S3. Let's do that now. So you log into your AWS account. If you don't have an account, you create one. I already have an account with AWS. Then you choose your region. For this project, I want to use North Virginia region. And this resume I'm uploading, this HTML and CSS file, I'll drop a link to the GitHub repository. Okay, you can see I've done mine. I'm just doing this one to teach you, to give myself another try at it, because practice makes perfect, right? So the next step is to create your own bucket. So let's name it Cloud Resume. ACL disabled, bucket permission. For now, we want to uncheck this. We want to view the website after we've uploaded the files. So let's uncheck that and we'll click on this. There's a warning because they expect you to block all access, but since we know what we are doing, right? So we acknowledge that we are aware. Then bucket versioning, no. The name has to be unique, like nobody should have used it before. So we can use Tech Mom Cloud Resume. Hopefully nobody have used this before, right? Tech Mom Cloud Resume, create bucket. Okay, successful. Nobody has this Tech Mom Cloud Resume, but just Cloud Resume, someone has it, okay? So we'll go to that Cloud Resume we just created. So you go to permissions, then under bucket policy, we're going to click on edit because we are going to add our own bucket policy. Then you paste this code. I'm going to provide this code for you. Then you replace here with your bucket name. Here's our bucket name, Tech Mom Cloud Resume. You copy it and you paste it here. Then we'll save changes. I've updated our bucket policy. After you've updated the policy, the next step is to go to properties and scroll down to static website hosting. You can see that AWS advise you use Amplify, but we want to use S3 static hosting. So you click on edit and you choose enable. And they ask you for the root. This one, we want the root to be indexed. You can see we have our index.html file. Then for error, it's optional. So make sure the name of the file is index.html. If you name it maybe your name.html, it's not going to be okay. right? So make sure you name it index.html as you're putting it as your entry file. Save changes. Now it's time to upload our document. You go back to object, upload, add files. Under my cloud resume folder, I can add those two, the index and the styles.css files. Then you click upload. Now you've uploaded it, your website is live. Let's check that out. You go back to properties, you scroll down to that static website hosting. You're going to see a URL link there. You copy it and you can click on it directly. Oh, I made mistake in the key. Oh Lord. That what I wrote. Go back to edit. Like, you can see what I'm talking about. Like, if you don't have that file, it's not going to work. I made a mistake in the index, so you save it. Then now let's check if the website is going to work. It did. So make sure you name your file index.html. Okay, so this is the website. Is working. Here's where we're going to add the count. So for now there's no count, so that's why I'm writing loading. This is our cloud resume. It's live, but it's not the right way to go about this. We have to protect our link. We can't just allow public access. I just left it open to show you that it's working. So now we're going to go and block all public access. Then we're going to use CloudFront to access the website. So the next thing to do now is to improve our website security with CloudFront. Okay, now we'll search for CloudFront. This is CloudFront. I like opening it in a new tab. AWS CloudFront. Then you will create a new distribution. We're going to point the origin to S3. We'll choose our bucket. Our bucket is TechMom Cloud. We'll choose that as our origin. So under origin access, you go for origin, select your cloud resume, then choose yes, update my policy. Then you scroll down. This viewers policy, choose redirect HTTP to HTTPS. For web application firewall, if you enable it, you're going to pay this costs $14 for this in a month. But for now, I don't want to use this, so I chose do not enable. Then for edge location, you choose all edge locations, best performance. Then you scroll down to the default root object. Here we're going to write index.html. That's our entry file, index.html. Why did I make mistake again? No, I did not. So you leave the rest as default and you create distribution. It takes some seconds to create this, but while it's creating, let's go back to S3 and disable the public access. So you go back to the S3, this Amazon S3, you go down to go to permissions, then here I'm going to edit, then we'll block all public access. This, yes, confirm. CloudFront will help us handle caching and optimization. Now that we've blocked all public access, it's going to redirect to CloudFront. We go back to general, you copy the link and you paste it. You can see our website is now live through CloudFront. You can see it here, CloudFront. So this is our new URL and it is protected. It can be cached and better security. So with this, you're good to go. But to make it more professional and beautiful, you can create a custom URL. You can use AWS Route 53 for that. Route 53. This is their DNS service. I don't want to lose our, don't open in a new tab. So this is a DNS service. Under here, you can see I have one domain registered, which is my website, devmary.com. Then I created a subdomain, which is the one I used to host this. So you can create another hosted zone for this one. So if you're buying a new domain, the same way, after you've hosted it, you will come here and you see hosted domain. But if you're going like, if you want to do want to do subdomain like I did here, you go to create a new hosted domain. Then you write the name of the domain. Let's say TechMom Cloud Resume at devmary.com. Then you choose public hosted zone. Then you create hosted zone. Then you see your records. Go to the name. This is the name server. NS is name server. Copy the name servers, which are these. You copy this. These are the name servers. After I copy this, you go to the root domain, which is this. Go to the root domain. Then you're going to create a new record. Then you create a new record. You write the name of the subdomain. Look, I already added the root. So here you write it. We have tech. Let me not make mistake. TechMom Cloud Resume. So this is the name. Then under record type, you choose NS, which is name servers, right? Name servers. Then the values, you put that value that we copied, which are these. You paste it there. Time to leave, I use what I have the other side, which is a 17 to 800. You create record. So you can do for the simple, but I think just name server is fine because I don't want video to be too long. So just name server is fine. The next step is to get your SSL certificate, and you get it from, so we go to certificate manager for our SSL. Certificate manager is where you can set up your SSL certificate. Public certificate is free. My certificate covers the whole website. So as the mail is covered, the subdomains are covered. So if you're getting a new URL, you can go from here to set up your certificate. Okay. Now the next step is to point our CloudFront distribution to the custom URL. To do that, we go back to CloudFront. To under settings, you edit. You make sure IPv6 is selected, is turned on, which it is. Make sure this is selected, yes. To add an SSL, you can choose existing. So let's choose a Def Mary recommended. Okay. Then we have this alternative domain name here. You can add the one we have, TechMom Cloud Resume devmary.com. So this is our CNAME. Then we'll click save. Now let's go back to Route 53. Then we'll go to hosted zones. Click on the TechMom Cloud Resume. Then now I'm going to add a new record. You can, if you want to add another subdomain, you can do that here. But if you leave it blank, this will be the root, and that's what we want, right? This is the root. Then we're using a record. Turn on alias. So you choose endpoint. You choose CloudFront distribution. Then for the alias, then you come up here, TechMom Cloud Resume. So if you do not add that name on the distribution, this is not going to show up here. Okay. So simple routing, yes. Then we create the record. So added this record. Then we'll create another record for the IPv6. So the one we did, a record is for IPv4. Then we create for IPv6. The same way, if you wanted something else, you put it here. But we don't want that. So what we want is AAAA. Then alias, yes. Choose endpoint, CloudFront distribution. Choose the, then we choose this. Then we create record. So we've added those two records here. Now, if you go and search for, if you go to your browser, let's close this one since we're not using them. Go to your browser and you write TechMom Cloud Resume devmary.com and we click enter. You can see our website is live and it is protected with HTTPS. Now on to the next step. So now our website is live and it's protected with CloudFront and it has a beautiful domain name through Route 53. Now the next step is to add the website tracking with DynamoDB and Lambda. Let's get right into it. We'll go to DynamoDB. DynamoDB is the NoSQL database. Then you create a table, same North Virginia. Let's name it my resume view count. partition key, which is primary key, we'll give it a key of ID, which will be a string. Then we'll create a table. Now it's done creating, then you open it up. Now you have to create a table attribute, and the attribute is count. So you create table item. Then for the ID, we'll set a value like something like views, number of views. Then you add attributes. Attribute will be a number. The name of the attribute is count, like view count, right? So we have an ID called views and the count, which is a number. You can give it an initial value if you want, but we're going to edit it later on, so it doesn't matter if you leave it at 0. So this is it. This is our ID. We have views, and views has a count attribute. So at this point, we have created our database. Now we have to go to Lambda and create a function. So you go to Lambda. This is serverless functions. Create a new function. You can give it any name. Let me say give it similar to what I have on my DB. My resume view. I think views is more correct. Views count, not view count. Anyways, my resume view counts function. So I'll be using Python for this because I'm learning Python now. So I can either use Node.js or use Python. As a cloud engineer, I'll choose to use Python. So Python, then this, you leave it as default. Row, I think it will create a row by itself. Create a row with basic. Okay, that's cool. Then you create. So it has created the function. Then you paste this code. I'll drop the code for you. So let me explain what this code does. So we're importing JSON and the Boto3 library, then decimal, which is number. Then this Boto3 is what we use to access AWS. So we're going to reach for DynamoDB. We're going to put the region. The region we are using is North Virginia region. So make sure in yours you edit the region. See the region I'm using, US East 1. So here should be US East 1. US East 1. So make sure the region is similar to what you have on your DynamoDB. Okay. Then the name of the table, remember the name is my resume view count. Then for, I think here I should just edit this code and write here, you put your resume, your distinct name, your region name, right? All that will do so that you can easily do that. Okay. Then this line is where I debugged. I had issues with getting it, so I debugged. So I can remove this line if I want to, but just to leave it. Okay, so this function, so this method, this HTTP method here, it gets the data in the table, then it updates the data, it updates the view. Like anytime you click on this, it add one to the data in the table. And look at it here. If this is the count, if count exists, you add to it. If it doesn't exist, you create. That's simply what this is talking about. So I use C here because count is a reserved keyword, so I just used it to to store the variable. So I use it as a variable name. This view count gets the response from the database. Then once it's successful, it will give you its 200 status. If there's an error, it returns 400 status code. Okay, so this is our code. Then we'll deploy this code. Successfully deployed. After you've deployed your function, then you locate IAM and the role of the Lambda function, so you can give it access to our DynamoDB. IAM roles, go to roles, locate the role of this, my resume count. Here is it here. You click on it. It has the basic role. Then you also add permission to it, add attach policy. Then you search for Dynamo. So we need to give it Dynamo read and write access. We don't need to give it full access actually, because if you check, you have to write and read, right? You read the data and you write to it by updating the existing data there. So you can grant it full access. So after you've added the IAM role, it's time for us to test our function if it works well. You go to test. Under the JSON file, you put this HTTP method get. This is the method we used to call to get the result from the view and also update the view. So you click on test and check the details. Are you seeing it? Successful, 6 views. If you click it, it increases. This is 7. Click on it again, check the results. It's 8, so it works. Our view count works. The next step is to access this data from the front end using an API. So you can go to API Gateway and use either HTTP API or REST API. These are very simple to use. Once you click on it, you're going to create the API, then you tell it where to call from and all that. It's a very straightforward approach, but I don't want to use this method because this is just a very simple get function. We can easily use function URLs. Okay, function comes with its own function URL, which acts like an API gateway. So what I'll do now is I'll go to configuration. Then under configuration, you go to function URL. Then you create function URL. You can add an IAM role or you can choose none. I'll go with none for now. Then I'm going to save this. Yeah. So this is our function URL. Let's check whether it works. Open link in new tab. Are you seeing it? Are you seeing our view count? On the browser, it doesn't work well. So instead, we can test using Postman. Postman is more accurate for testing the URL. This is our URL. If you click on send, you see the result 13. Send it again, 14. So this is how the Postman is just how it works, okay? But the browser, I think maybe is refreshing 2 times, I don't know. But the browser shows times 2 of the number. So use Postman to test or any other standard API testing tools, okay? So yeah, it works fine here. Thank you, Postman. No thanks, browser. So our function URL is working perfectly. The next step is to update our front end code. So guys, don't forget to check for this. Mine works because I already added this allow public access. But for yours, you go to permission and make sure you add function URL allow public access. When you get to this resource based policy, then you click on add permissions. Then you see, I didn't get this full list. I don't know why. Probably because I added it before. Then you grant public access, okay? Then this will enable you to see the results publicly. So if you can't see this result, know that you need to go and enable function URL public access, okay? That said, we are done with this step. So the next step is to add this to the front end. So when you go back to HTML code, you scroll down to the footer. After the footer, before the body tag, you paste your script. Don't forget to edit this place to your function URL. This is a function URL here. And don't forget this slash. If you do not put this backslash here, it's not going to work. So make sure you put the slash there. Then if you check here, this is the name of your inner HTML. I don't know if you have ID of JavaScript. So you are getting the view count, the ID, which is here. We are getting this place. This is the ID view count. Then we are updating what is here, which is this loading to the content of the data.view coming in from the back end, right? So this is where we update it. Then with that, we are good to go. So now this code, I'm going to upload it on our S3. So I have to update it on our S3. Go back to S3, TechMom, Cloud Resume. Then this index.html, I'm going to delete it. Delete. Yes, permanently. Oh, what did I just spell? Perma. I found the permanent. Oh, let's do this for me. Permanently delete. Okay, so you delete that object. Then we'll come back here and we're going to upload the index of HTML again. Don't forget to save. When you write your code, make sure you save it. Okay, then you go back here, add files. Here we'll click on the index which we edited, right? We are going to upload that file. After uploading it, close. Now if we go check our resume, okay, before I refresh it, you can see it's writing loading, right? Loading. Then now if you refresh it, now I've added that script. So checking it from here, from our back end, you can check it from here. You will get error. This error, if you check the details, is coming from unable to fetch. This is because of cause errors. Then what you do is go back to your function URL under configuration, edit. Then you go to configure cross origin resource. Then when you go to this place, you choose all, expose, allow headers. Then you go to allow method and you choose get, because it's get method we're using. Choose get method here. Then you save. Then you go to allow origin. Then you also choose all, allow all origin. So now when you refresh this, you can see that we didn't get any error again, and you can see our count. Now let's check our resume. But this is our local machine, right? This is locally. Now let's check our resume. This is our resume here. Then we check. It wrote loading, right? I think this is like a browser cache issue. So let's test this. I don't know, I'm having a problem with my Chrome, but let's test this with another browser. And when you click on it, this is the link. And you scroll down, you see our view count. If you refresh this page, you seen it, the count updated. So this shows that whenever someone open our website or click on it, it's going to count as a view, right? So I'm working on making it a dynamic view that's going to register the computer. So if I'm refreshing it on my own, it's not going to show as a new view, right? But whenever this page is refreshed, it counts as a new view. Okay, so now let's review what we've done so far from the Cloud Resume Challenge article. So we've checked this, static website, done. HTTPS, we did that. DNS, we did this, route 3. Then for JavaScript, that's what we use for the front end. Then we use DynamoDB. Then for API, we use the function URL, which is also an API. So we've done this. Then the Python script that we use, and we use the Boto 3 library. We did that. Then what is left for us is to write tests. To be honest, I skipped this step, but I'm tired now. So in the next episode of this series, I'm going to write the test. Then infrastructure as code. This is the bulk of work using Terraform. Currently, I'm learning Terraform. As soon as I'm done learning Terraform, I'm going to work on this. Then I'll finish up the rest part of the challenge and I'll share it with you. All right. Do not forget to like, share, and subscribe to this channel and join me on my cloud engineering journey. To have a lovely day. Bye.